I know you're here, killer. You've killed all my friends. So many victims falling to your traps and monstrous savagery. But it all ends here tonight. I'm prepared now. You may have hurt me in the past, but now I'm ready to unleash hell on you. Ah! Hi everyone, welcome back to Board Baobab. Today we're unboxing Final Girl, the Season 3 series. So this is pretty much all the different episodes you can get in Season 3. I do want to mention, if you don't have the core box, you can't, I'm getting American now, play any of these games. So the core box it'll have on the back over here, this box over here. If you hear any noises, it's just my cat and my dogs mulling around me because their mother is not around. Yeah, so this is everything in the Season 3 except all the little extra bits like the dice tray as well as the playmats, which I have the Season 2 playmat for those of you that's seen some of my playthroughs. This is the first time I've gotten a whole series together and backed. I don't think I'm going to back anything else for Final Girl because I think I'm going to have more than enough, unless there's a particular episode that I like based on some horror movie or slasher movie that I particularly like. But yeah, so let's get down straight to it. If you do enjoy the content, please give me a like and a subscribe. Always helps me. Hit that notification bell. Really appreciate all the support you can show. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start, I think, now, table space wise, I don't have that much table space because my wife is using the other side. But I'm going to start, I think, with this box here. It's one of the few boxes that I know what the episode is based off of. This one's obviously, for those that don't know, is based off of Terminator, or not based off, inspired by Terminator. And at least the first Terminator. So there we go. What I really like about these games is it comes as this sort of video, for those that remember, or VCR box. So it just really gives you the feel that you're like inserting one of those old slasher films into your VCR or your video system. There's the back just telling you what's in the box and what it's about. Also gives you that important information. So if anyone wants to pick up one of these games, please note you do need this Final Girl core box that gives you all the dice and all the cards that you need in order to play. So let's open this up here. Okay, so there's our monster, which is the hunter. Okay, seems like he has a lot of health. We have this little bit for the setup. Okay, I do think this is, I don't know what this is, Mark V. Ally. Oh, okay. So this is basically going on Terminator 2, where Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually an ally Terminator and helping Sarah Connor and John Connor escape the new Terminator that's out of them. So that's quite cool. So we get to play basically, so it's incorporating both Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, which is nice. Appreciate that. And we get a nice little, I'm going to assume that's a nice little meeple to show off our ally Terminator, or Hunter, as it is known in this game. Here we have our cards. Always love the artwork and the excuse me, the references to those certain moments in the series. And this is Kat and Tally. Obviously, this is Final Girl, so there's no John Connor variant. And here's some tarot cards, just giving us what the hunter does. Try not to look at too many of them because I want to try and be surprised when I play this. I do think I'm going to, if I haven't said already, I'm going to play this one first. It was one of the main reasons for backing Season 3 was this particular box, which I could have gotten separately. So you do, when they get into retail, they do come separately, all the different boxes. But I enjoyed Final Girl so much, I wanted to back it at least once. Back a full series. And I think that's everything on that side. We do have our little envelope over here, which I'm not going to open because it says do not open, which I like to do because it's a nice little surprise for you when you complete the game or complete that episode. I have unlocked a few of them, but I haven't even unlocked all of them because the one episode that I really struggle with is the Xenomorph episode, as it's very tough, but I do enjoy it every time I play it. Alright, let's flip to the other side. Very different unboxing this, because I'm sort of taking apart ally, savior ally. Okay, so this is the John Connor variant, which, yeah, is basically put as an ally. So they have added sort of him into the game. And this is our location, which is the mall, which is obviously from Terminator 2, that don't know. Though the mall wasn't so much of a part in Terminator 2. Maybe someone else realizes that it's based off some other Terminator movie. Of the Terminators, I only particularly like Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. Terminator 3 was alright. It was actually the first one I ever saw. But, yeah, I think Terminator 1 and 2 were just better off well-rounded films. And there's a secret envelope for Tally. Put in the comments if there's a particular Terminator film you really like or think I should have a look at, because there are quite a few of them. I don't know what the Terminator series was like. I saw a few episodes, but people, let me know in the comments if you've seen the Terminator series and if it was worth watching. So this seems like what the Savior does. So there's now Savior cards for this episode. It looks like you might have to do some convincing to make them do certain things. And some more tarot cards. Okay. And we have some event and setup cards. See if you guys can see that. Whoops. Just dropped a bunch of cards there. We got some item cards. So, banana peel. Walkie-talkie. Gift cards. Sneakers. Leather jacket. Grenade. Cigarettes. Hackmaster 9000. Chopper keys. Self-help book. Titanium bat and knife. Lucky rabbit's foot. Boomstick. Flower box. Alright, and different location setups where you start out as. And at the bottom here, Okay. Just forgot that I hadn't turned on the light because it's quite bright from the light coming out of the windows, but usually want a bit of extra light just in case. So that's that over there. I do have to put it away, unfortunately, before I can show you guys anything else, just because of the space. Well, I don't think I need to hold on to these anymore. So we'll put that away. My cats are jumping all over the place. We'll put these, I think, at the bottom over there. But yeah, that's the first box down. And just quickly clip these on. Doesn't really matter. And I can't remember where I put the other part of the box. Oh well, I'll just move it over there for now. Okay. I do want to, this is replacement tokens. Just open this quickly now. So there's just some replacement tokens there I've added for the Falconwood files. We'll open that one next. So I have no idea what this is based off of or inspired by. So anyone knows, please let me know so I can have a look. Always enjoy a good slasher film. Okay, just what the back says. So this, I believe, is to do with aliens. Okay, there's our monster, Slayer. Has there been a Predator inspired Final Girl? Because I don't think there has been. I know the Alien one has happened. There's look at some of the rules. Mirror dimension. So this being obviously has a mirror dimension. And here we have these little meeples. Don't know what they're for. Maybe it's when people have gone into the mirror dimension and then you sort of have to rescue them from the mirror dimension. Mind control. Master plan. Renewed determination. It's in my head. Our dimension, mirror dimension. Is this meant to... Maybe this is actually... Oh, I actually know what this is based off of. If we look over here at the wording, just the style of the writing, it's based off Stranger Things. Because it was like Alien, so I was thinking Alien. So that it's based off that. Ah, my word. I never even like clicked. Because usually the monsters look sort of similar, but this is so different from the... What do they call it? The Demagogue in the first season that I didn't click. But they've obviously combined all the different monsters, like the mind controlling and yeah, the what's his name? Vecna. They have Vecna obviously in the most latest season. Okay. All right. So now I get it. Now I'm even more happy because now when you know the reference or the inspiration of the box, you can really enjoy it a bit more. So it's saving people from the upside down, going through the walls. Oops. I must remember to keep it a bit close. I don't know if you guys are able actually to see. But that's great. I'm so happy now that I know, because I only thought I knew 2 of the inspirations for 2 of these box sets, not 2, 3, because it makes it way more worthwhile when you know the inspiration, like I said before. And that's that done. Oops. And there's another, I don't know if there's a point showing you guys this because I'm not opening them. Just instantly put that back and go the other side. Justice for Bob. Falconwood is our location. And so there are rules, just so for people that don't know, there are rules for both the monster and the location, because you might want to mix things up. So you can play with, for example, the hunter in Falconwood if you don't want to play the exact same episode. So it really adds more playability, and obviously more episodes you have, the more you can really mix them up and play with different final girls facing off against different monsters in different locations. And there, friends. So this one's got friends. And, oh, there's a special dice for this episode. It looks like a D20. That's nice. Feels very good. Yep, D20. I do like the coloring. I might use this for one of my D&D sessions. No point actually putting it back in the plastic, just put it in there. Okay. There's that. And here's some event cards, which are always fun. The great thing about Final Girl, what I like, is the replayability, even just with one episode, is great, because you usually always start with a different event. You have different start locations, so it's never exactly the same experience. And you can really just mix and match and try different things, and it's not too much of a long game, so, and not too much setup compared to other games. And obviously this is only a single player game, so you don't require anyone to be with you, though you can play with your friends, like sort of be a team and decide what to do and sort of think out the puzzle for you, for yourselves. Trash can lid. I think they are reusing some items here, because I do recognize some of these items. Obviously some are obvious, like the first aid kit, but the trash can lid is, I think they could have done something else maybe. Lucky Dragon's Foot. Obviously a reference to Dungeons and Dragons. A shock stick, binoculars, dragon's breath, flamethrower, shotgun, revolver, spellbook, telekinesis, obviously a reference to L. What does it say? Think of anger and hurtful memories to channel your power. Missing friends. This is obviously expose the lab. Okay, this is obviously a reference to that scenario's different setup and mechanic. Back to school, Halloween, Election Day, and New Year's Eve. All the different holidays, some of which are obviously in the show. So I am actually tempted to play this one first. And there we go. Just put those back there. Awesome. And save your father. Okay, so this is obviously the different tokens for the scenario. Oh, these seem to be additional scenarios you can do, which is great. More content is always good, because it really makes your purchase feel worthwhile. Okay. Almost left these out. I think the new season of Stranger Things is coming out soon. And I believe this is going to be the last season. Okay, I must make sure these go in here. And these extra tokens, I might as well just replace the following tokens within the box. A3. Alright, I might do that later, because it says replace and not... So I wonder what happened there. Alright, I might just keep it in here. I was just going to put them in, but I don't want to now forget what to replace what with. Okay, put that on top over there. Alright, next one. Okay, this one, the Tormentor, I believe is based off of Saw, the movie Saw, which I enjoyed. The first and the second one. Then it became less of the story and more of the gore, which was less interesting than the twists and the turns. So as usual, it's like 1 or 2 movies, and then the studio just decides to milk it for all it's worth. And it's never about quality. It's just like churn that out as quickly as possible. So here we got our Tormentor. Doesn't have a lot of health, only 7 health. But obviously, I assume they're going to have a lot of traps lying around. You can even see that their list isn't as long as some of the, or evolution isn't as long as others. Okay. There's the sheet for if you want to use the Tormentor. Good, good, good. And I assume these are all the different traps. And some are recognized from the series or inspired by Super Saw. Infestation box. Swinging blades. The drowning tank. And yeah, the reverse bear trap. It's a classic Saw trap. Guillotine. Temple drills. The firework target. Where it's just a chair and fireworks are pointing at you. Okay, all the different death traps. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of fun with this Final Girl stuff. Oh, and there's even a nice spot here to put them in. So just a comment on this season compared to some other seasons. They have, it seems, tried to add new mechanics to each season, and I can definitely appreciate that. And I do like them adding new things to make it seem like it's not just the same thing over and over again. More of the same. They've at least tried to make each season have at least a bit different, which I really do like, because it means you're not just buying another monster in another location, you are buying another mode, something else to try, some other obstacle to get over. And there we go. Okay. And here's some tokens. That's everything the Tormentor has. If you've played Final Girl before, let me know in the comments what your favorite episode is, and if it's worth getting. Obviously, if I don't have everything, and I don't really exactly plan to get all of them, because at a certain point, you have enough, and you're not going to be able to dive into all of it. The warehouse is our location. Here's all the little rules for that. Yeah, as I was saying, you eventually have a bit too much, and it's not going to be worth your value because you're not going to play the mode enough unless you absolutely adore the system. One thing I've learned backing, I don't tend to play everything, every single mode. There's some games that I've ordered 2 years ago and I still haven't played every single mode. One exception is probably Cthulhu Death May Die. I've pretty much, I think, tried every single thing of that. That's not the new stuff of the new season. It's all the first season stuff that I've received and monsters. All right. And that's over there. Okay. That's the Tormentor. Let's put that over there. Close that. Another one bites the dust. I do want to open this at some point. Razorface. This is the one I have no idea what it's based on. Maybe I'll realize as I open it and start reading through. I'm not a big horror guy. I do like the slasher films because they can be entertaining, and sometimes they're just so bad that they're just fun to laugh at. Because obviously some of the characters are just so stupid. The stuff they do. My wife and I like to watch and just laugh how stupid the characters are. Like what they do and what their choices. Okay, Razorface is the villain. That's Razorface. So this one, if you know the film, please do let me know, all the series. Because I'd be interested to know what it's based off of. Okay. Christie's Eyes Only. And here are the cards. Hellport. Spellbound. Life Drain. Infinite Despair. I do think they have a lot to be inspired by the most recent sort of horror movies or slasher movies. I've seen a bunch of, I haven't watched them, but I have seen trailers and promos for different horror or slasher films that might be interesting to add to Final Girl. Kind of like there's that one where the monster only can walk towards you and it walks to the shortest path towards you. There's also the latest one that everyone loves is that smile one, that creepy smile. I've heard quite a bit about that. These are afflictions. Okay. That's it for Razorface. What a name. Like Taserface. I'm Taserface. There's the back. And Hellscape is the location. Seems a bit of a weird place. And it seems we're getting to use tiles to fill in the blanks over here. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have tiles to fill in these spots to get in between the spots, which will be an interesting mechanic. We have a bunch of dice. Lovely colors. Feels good in the hands. Yep. I like that. We got some action cards. Hell Shift. Let's just move the camera down a bit, I think. Because I don't think you guys have got the best view. I did have it up initially. Let me just fix this quickly. Yeah, maybe that will be a bit better for you guys, just to see everything. Because I didn't need such a wide space anymore, because I just want to start the video showing you guys off, if you've made it this far into the video. And some cards. I really want to know what this is based off of. Or inspired by. Because this like really feels like a Slanesh sort of creature. Like Book of Ecstasy. Gambler's Cube. Rusty Flesh Hook. Whips. Bone Keys. Spiked Whips. And yep. Then we got different setups. And we have our tiles. Or at least they're the items and other things are. And these are our tiles I believe we're going to be using to jump between different locations. So let's do that, because they actually are all different, and on both sides they have a different picture. There we go. Okay, put those back. So that's Hellscape. Probably the one I'm least interested in playing, because it looks like a pain already. Just the amount of stuff you're going to have to mess around with. But who knows, I might find it's my favorite one. You never know. Sometimes you think a game's going to be horrible, or a movie even, and then it turns out it's the best thing ever. I've been wrong many occasions. Let's just put these back here. Alright, we're about half an hour through, and we still have a few more boxes to get through. So, we also have the Series 3 booklet, which gives us a bunch of extra scenarios and a bit of information on all the different characters. Just gives you a bit of more content for you to go through. All right. Final box before we go into the bonus stuff. I believe this one is based off A Quiet Place, which is a good film. I highly recommend people watching it. I did enjoy it. Haven't managed to watch the second one, but I did really enjoy the first one. I'd rate it on the same... It might even be better than Bird Box. I was thinking they might be on the same level, but I actually think I preferred A Quiet Place more to Bird Box. Okay, I just poked a hole through the cloth, the tablecloth, so someone's not going to be happy with me. Okay, the eyeless. They have 10 health, pretty tough, almost as tough as the Terminator, or the Hunter. Okay. There are the rules. We have a little token over there. Probably a good idea saying shush. That was sarcasm, by the way. Probably shouldn't say anything. Okay, noise. Noise can be heard by others near you. So these are noise cards. Noise +3. So you got +1 and +3. Okay. That's that one. I'm not going to keep showing these because it just says the character's name, and do not open until you complete the episode with that character. Okay, and Utopia is our location. Tarot cards, sinkholes, sand snake attack. I wonder if this is meant to be like a mixture between A Quiet Place and there was a film where these worms were attacking, these like giant worms things. And I wonder if that's this, the sand snake. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if it's something else. Yeah, well, definitely those are what they look like, sort of. Except they've gone for the more dune look, where sand snakes had a bit of a different look. But yeah, it makes me think they've really decided, let's add two of them together. There might have been an argument about which one they were going to use for this box, and then decided, let's just add them both. Put the one in the location and the other one as the killer. All right, great. Excited to try that one out. I did forget to put this back. Okay. All right. Well, that's all the episodes. Oh, did I knock the camera? Sorry about that, guys. Let me just... Sorry about that. Camera seemed to have an issue. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's get into the bonus content. So I believe this isn't the stuff you're going to find at retail unless... Yeah, not unless. You're going to have to probably find it from third-party distributors that specialize in Kickstarter stuff like Game Steward. They'll have a few of these, so head down to them if you need Kickstarter exclusive stuff. I have used them before, and yeah, I got my Marvel Zombies copies from them and all the stretch goals, and I really am happy with it, everything. So they are very good and are worthwhile. Okay, bonus feature, Series 3. I'm not sure how it opens. Oh, it seems like it opens over here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have some extra cards for our monsters. Extra epic finales. Store the following in this box. Oh, that's nice. So you can store all your extra rule books, and so I can store my law scenario right in here, which is very nice. All right, the feature film rulebook. So I think this is just actually a book comprising of all those little slips, which is nice because they do get irritating hiding them all in the box. So you can put them there, and the achievements, so you can write in where you've defeated everyone, which is nice to have, which is nice. And yeah, that's pretty much everything there. Very nice. Do appreciate that. And that's all that's in there. So this is just a nice storage box for all your little books. Series 3 gruesome death books. I don't have those. I think there was an extra price on those, and yeah, I was more than happy with what I was getting already. So I'll leave that there. But I suppose you could store other stuff in there. Okay, let's get the Terror from Destiny, which is obviously based off of Final Destination. I forgot the name. Final Destination. So for those that don't know, these little boxes like this, there's one every season. It's basically a little stretch goal. And what it is, instead of facing like a clear enemy like Jason Voorhees, the Terminator, or the Xenomorph alien, you verse an unknown entity that you can't pretty much fight directly. It's like all the birds from that one movie, I think it's just called Birds, where the birds are just nuts and just attacking everyone. And whereas in this one, you're fighting death itself. Whereas someone's cheated death because they had a premonition of their death, and they exited it. Sorry about that, everyone. Just had to sort something out. Can't remember where my train of thought was, but basically, instead of having a clear villain, it's more, I think the right word is ambiguous, like death in this scenario. So I believe you just have your location, and then you have this setup. So let's see. There is no killer on the board. Instead, align and place 2 bloodlust cards next to a location board. And yeah, looks like there's special setup here like they have for Utopia. And then here, I assume these are the victims based off, like Final Destination. You got to make sure that these people don't die, or else you're next. Here's some cards. You must save at least 5 victims, not including the fated victims. Place on this card. Okay. What are these exactly? They're consequences cards, and yeah, I suppose depending on if you don't do whatever it is, you have the consequences. Excuse me. But we'll definitely have a round of this. So yeah, that's that. And then there are these cards. So it's its own terror cards. Oh, we have our own Gabriella, own final girl over here. Okay, that's nice. Always appreciate another final girl. And mass hysteria, tragic accident, destiny is mocking us, destiny is mocking us. Death is coming for us. Tell Jack Sparrow, Capitan Salvazar is coming for him. Tell him death is coming for him. Nothing is safe. So, very interesting. I haven't played one of these scenarios before, so it will be interesting trying these out. Yeah, sorry, I was just reading Gabriella's power. Once per action phase, you may look at the top card of any deck or the dark power or finale card. That's always nice to have, so she can like foresee what's going to happen. And okay. Almost, so it's death order, those cards. Oh, no, I didn't show you these cards. Thwart Destiny. Ignore one, whatever the hand symbol is. Got Premonitions. And I assume these are basically Destiny's power track. These are all the different movies. So that's obviously the first one, that's the third one, and this is the second one. I haven't seen the second one, actually, or the first one. I've seen some of the other ones. I should actually try and watch the first one, because like we've seen, those are usually the better of the slasher horror films. But yeah, always a great addition. We'll definitely be trying that out. And then we have our little guest star box. Okay. Oh, that's nice. A character pack for Final Girl. So, bunch of character packs. And we have vehicle action cards. So it seems like they're only zombies adjacent to your space. I'm not sure what this does, but sure it will make sense. It's obviously for the vehicles in the certain scenarios. We have some more Final Girls, which is always great. Some more action cards to buy. Bribe or Will to Live. I assume we can use these. Oh, significant action. I assume we can use these in any scenario. But there's, so you guys, I forgot to actually show you the back of the character cards. There's Paula again, except she's got a Christmas hat on. Okay. And vehicle action cards. So action cards to add in more if you have those vehicles in play. So I assume you're going to have to pick out which ones are for which episode. But yeah, great stuff. And then we got a whole bunch of for that Final Girl's Eyes Only, which is great. For those that don't know, it's usually a nice item or an item specific to that character that you can add into the item deck. and usually it's quite powerful. We have some event cards and item cards. The items just said number 1, 2, or 3, so I'm not sure of that. We'll obviously have to read the rules for those. And these just have question marks on them, so I'm not really sure what to do with those. Oh, I think I know what these are for. These are for if you want to do your own event. You can basically put these in the event cards and then say what that item is, what that thing is. And I believe this is the same for these. So if you wanted to put like laser gun and you create your own rules for the laser gun, then you can insert this card into the deck, and then when you pull it out, you'll know, this is that laser gun homebrew that I made. So that's actually very nice. So for all those homebrew events that you want to add to those, if you look at, so each of these is the symbol for that episode. So if you want to add it to those scenarios, and they're more, so you can only do one usually per each event. So this seems to add for every single, I think this is for every single Final Girl episode, which obviously I don't have. But always not, it is a nice thing to have. And it is nice for the fans. I think it's a nice thing the designers have done. Get back in bed, Grams. I'll handle this, Red yells. So this is based on the Final Girl Red, which I don't have, and the Big Bad Wolf. And I assume you can play as Grandma against the Big Bad Wolf. And Grandma's got her steady walk. She's got her own cards. And she's got her own item cards. So I'm not sure if I should keep this in here. I don't think so. I think what I'll do is I'll put them like this on top there. And this is obviously, I don't have this Final Girl episode either. I think it's for that Poltergeist one where you verse ghosts. And a tuned item. Don't know what that means. We'll obviously have to read. And then we've got psychic travel, psychic charge. So this person's obviously psychic. The Final Girl Caroline, who's obviously a psychic. And they're her rules. So, yeah, I think it might be a better idea to keep these actually in their respective packets. They do have a seal over here, so you can... Oh, she had item cards in here as well. That didn't come out. She's got a crystal ball and the talisman and the tarot deck. Sorry if you're hearing rumblings. The monkeys have decided to grace us with their presence. So please ignore those and forgive me. I can't really do much about that besides stopping and waiting them to go, and the dogs then go nuts. But yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today. Please, as always, if you enjoyed this, do leave a like and a subscribe. Really appreciate everything you guys do for me. Any comments, any like or subscription really goes a long way. Thanks, guys. I hope you all do well and keep growing. As always, cheers, everyone.